Didn't open my.
Yeah, let's start. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Tiravanacharyamana Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Krishna Prasad Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chaksuranmalitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guru Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manabhustam Savitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamahyam Darati Saparantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Tabrakalam Sri Guru Vaishnava Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Saganaragunatan Vitam Tam Sajiv Sadvaitam Sadvitam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Saha Ganalalita Sri Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hare Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You can still hear my voice. It seems to be blank here.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
It's just like there is sometimes there is a bit of a
Mm-hmm.
drop, and after it's back. But it's
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Let me. Let me- Um, did I start? 141. It seemed to be the class from Bhagavad Gita and from London. Okay. So where was we? Okay. Yesterday we went to 41. 141. 141. Okay. This one. We didn't read this one, right? Dosai retai kulagnanam. I don't know. Can you repeat this one? Desai retai kulagnanam.
Dosai
Dosarita
itai
kulagnanam
kulananam.
Varna sankara karakaihi.
varna
Varna sankara
sankara karakai
karakahi.
Utsadyante jati dharma.
O
usadante
sanjante
jati dharma
jati dharma.
Kula dharma sasvataha.
Gula dharmascha
samsvata
savataha.
Dosai retai kulagnanam.
Dusai etai
agnanam
kulananam.
Varna sankara karakaihi.
Varna
varna sankara
sankara
karakai
karakahi.
Utsadyante jati dharma.
Ursa jante
utsadyante jati
jati
dharma
dharma.
Kula dharma sasvataha.
Gula dharmascha
tasasvataha.
sasvataha.
I wanna try to read.
To try?
Yeah, oh, you wanna try? Or
Oh my
maybe
god.
if
I'm
not,
not sure yet.
okay, okay. Maybe next time. Okay then.
Yes,
Try
maybe.
this. Yeah, okay. So next time. Dosaihi by such fall. Etaihi all this. Yeah. Like in Cambodia, we call in Khmer language we call toh is from dosa. Yeah, dosa fault or we commit crime, something like that. So we commit something bad or fault, misconduct. Kulagnanam of the destroyer of the family. Varna Shankara of unwanted children. Karakaihi, which are causes. Usadhyante are devastated. Jati Dharmaha, community projects. Kula Dharmaha, family tradition. Cha, also. Saswata, eternal. So here is still about Arjuna's argument again. He is calculating about what is going to happen He is thinking about after the war with Ukraine. By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. Purport. Community project for the four orders of human society combined with family welfare activities as they are set forth by the institution of Sanatana Dharma or Vanasana Dharma that we already discussed earlier. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi are designed to enable the human being to attain his ultimate salvation. Therefore, the breaking of the Sanatana Dharma tradition by irresponsible leaders of society brings about chaos in that society, and consequently, people forget the aim of life, Vishnu. Such leaders are called blind, and person who follow such leader are to be led into chaos. Okay, so this is, I think it's clear, yeah. Here is this Arjuna calculation. When after that, after family tradition finish, then the family community project and family welfare are devastated. And then what again coming out here? Text 43. Utsana kulna dharmanam manusyanam janardana narake niyatam vaso bhavatitya nusustruma. O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those whose family tradition are destroyed dwell always in hell. Quote. Arjuna bases his argument not on his own personal experience, but on what he has heard from the authorities. It means that it is not his speculation, but he is seeing or projecting everything according to the instruction. That is the way of retrieving real knowledge. One cannot reach the real point of factual knowledge without being helped by the right person who is already established in that knowledge. There is a system in the Varnashram institution by which, before that, one has to undergo the process of atonement for his sinful activities. One who is always engaged in sinful activities must utilize the process of atonement called the prayashchitta. Without doing so, one surely be transferred to hellish planet to undergo miserable lives as a result of sinful acts. See, this like prayashchitta is like atonement. Atonement, do you know atonement? Atonement, we like doing certain, if for example, if we're doing certain bad activities, then we should do something to counteract something like that. It is atonement. And then text 44, still Arjuna continue again. Aho bhata mahat papam kartum yavasita vayam yatrajasu kalobena hantum sajana mudyata. Okay. So then, alas, how strange it is that we are preparing to commit gratefully sinful acts. Driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness, we are intent on killing our own kinsmen. Yeah. Okay, the purport. Driven by selfish motive, one might be inclined to such sinful acts as the killing one's own brother, father, or mother. There are many such instances in the history of the world. But Arjuna, being saintly devotee of the Lord, is always conscious of moral principle, therefore takes care to avoid such activities. Yeah, he is thinking like this. Oh, now I will have to kill my own brother and also grandfather and even teacher. Yeah, so how it is? For if that is for personal motives, that it is very sinful. But here actually there is um, higher purpose for that fighting actually. And then text 45, we can just go flow like that because it is not much over there, not much philosophical thing. Yadimam apratikaram asastram sastrapanayah drastarastraranehanyus tanmeks me semataram bhavet. And then, better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapon in hands, were to kill me unarmed and unresisting on battlefield. So Arjuna is thinking that maybe he will not attack them. Then if even if the enemy will attack him when he was without any weapons, so he will not, he will not attack back, something like that. His thinking. Uh, Purport. It is the custom, according to Kshatriya fighting principles, that an unarmed and unwilling foe should not be attacked. Arjuna, however, decided that even if attacked by the enemy in such an awkward position, he would not fight. He did not consider how much the other party was bent upon fighting. All these symptoms are due to soft-heartedness, resulting from his being a great devotee of the Lord. So, okay. So his thinking of over here like this is because of his he is devotee and he has this soft-heartedness, like compassion, something like that. Okay, let read here. This is from Burijana Prabhu. If Arjuna does not fight, he will become bereft of his occupation and left to beg for his sustenance. Begging, however, is unthinkable for a kshatriya. So in this system, for kshatriya, actually for them, they not accept alms. Yeah, they not get alms. They not accept charity. Actually, for kshatriya, should not accept charity. The following incident illustrates these elements of kshatriya spirit. After Bhima met Hanuman, he continued seeking fragrant thousand lotuses to present to Draupadi. Hmm. Finally, he arrived at the lake filled with those lotuses and entered the water. This was Kuwera's lake. Bhima did not have permission to enter. Hundreds of yakshas and rakshasas appeared and challenged Bhima, saying, "What are you doing here? You are forbidden to enter this lake. Go and ask Kuwera for his permission. If he allows you, you may pick as many flowers as you like. If you try to pick flowers without his permission, you will be destroyed by Kuwera's army." Bhima jumped from the water yelling, "I am Kshatriya. Kshatriya don't beg for favor from anyone." The Yakshas and Rakshasas then attacked Bhima and Bhima destroyed them all. So Burijana Prabhu is giving here example how actually Kshatriya, that they're not begging, they're not asking for alms. That is not Kshatriya. It's not Kshatriya. For a Kshatriya, begging is unthinkable. Neither his culture nor his psychology allows it. Therefore, Arjuna says that it is better for him to be killed unarmed and unresisting upon the battlefield than incur unlimited sins by fighting, or to be forced to live a beggar's life. Okay, continue to the next verse, 46. Sanjaya uvacha evam uktarjuna sanke ratopasta upavishat vistrijya sa sarang chapam sukha samvikna manasaha. Sanjaya said, Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. So Sanjaya, do you remember at the beginning of chapter 1, text number 2 is actually Sanjaya is replying to this Dhritarashtra's question. And now here is again Sanjaya said that describing Arjuna's. Yeah. So then Arjuna, like, don't have any spirit, and then he is overwhelmed with grief. Sanjaya describing about this. While observing the situation of his enemy, Arjuna stood up on the chariot, but he was so afflicted with lamentation that he sat down again. setting aside his bow and arrows. Such a kind and soft-hearted person in the devotional service of the Lord is fit to receive self-knowledge. Self-knowledge. Okay, so this was another description about more situation over there. Arjuna had vowed to kill anyone who even suggested that he put down his bow. An incident later tested that vow. During the battle, Karna defeated and severely injured Yudhishthira. Karna then taunted Yudhishthira, saying, "You are not even a Kshatriya. You should learn how to fight. See how easily I have defeated you. I am not even going to bother to kill you." When Arjuna heard of Yudhishthira's injury, he immediately left the battlefield and went to Yudhishthira's tent. Upon hearing that Arjuna had left the battlefield, Yudhishthira concluded that Arjuna, avenging his honor, had already killed Karna and had now come to inform him. But it was not true. Arjuna had left the battlefield only out of concern for Yudhishthira's injury. As soon as Yudhishthira saw Arjuna, he asked, "Have you killed Karna and avenged me?" Arjuna replied, "No, I didn't kill Karna. I only came to see how badly you were hurt." Yudhishthira was furious. He said, "You have left the battlefield without even killing Karna. You coward. How could you have done this? It is better that you give up your Gandiva bow." It is happening one time. Upon hearing his word, Arjuna became enraged and thought, "How dare Yudhishthira suggest that I give up my Gandiva bow, which is more dear to me than my life? I have vowed to kill anyone." And then Arjuna drew his sword to slay his brother. It is happening. Kshatriya, they always make, always make, they swear to do something. So he swear that anybody who told me to give up my bow, I will kill him. So in this case, actually his own brother, elder brother. Krishna, who was watching, immediately caught Arjuna's arm and said, "All right, you have to kill Yudhishthira. It is your vow, but kill him by insulting him. For a Kshatriya, an insult is worse than death." So by this, actually Arjuna not killing his own brother physically, but he insult him with words. For Kshatriya, if somebody is speaking bad word about him, it is the bad. It is already worse than death, actually, according to the culture. As Yudhishthira sat there, regretting up his word to Arjuna, Arjuna angrily approached him and said, "You say I am a coward because I left the battlefield without killing Karna. But look what you have done. You look on you look as our wife Draupadi was insulted. I would have alone killed the entire Kaurava army, but you would not allow me. You are not a man. You are not a king." Okay. Yudhishthira is the eldest. Is the eldest among those five. So he's actually the king. And instead of Arjuna killing him, then actually Yudhishthira just insulted by the word. That actually is worse than that. Arjuna finished hurling his insult at Yudhishthira, but then quickly touched Yudhishthira's feet and begged forgiveness for his word. Arjuna had not likely made his Gandiva vow. Therefore, it is significant that Arjuna, the great son of Pandu, and Indra himself, cast aside his bow and sat down on the chariot. His mind overwhelmed with grief. We can only imagine how disturbed Arjuna must have been about disaster awaiting him and the entire world. So now we have ending chapter 1. 46, 46, 46 text. Now chapter 1 finished. Yeah, we completed chapter 1.
I have a question about the text you read in
Yes.
between sometimes. It's all in the online version, right?
Which one?
Like the one you just read.
This one. Yeah, there's this also online over there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and on the Vedabase dot io
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can find also over there, but some explanation over there is not available there, like what is explained by Burijan Prabhu is not appear there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because that vedabase.io io is only Bhaktivedanta Book Trust.
Okay.
It's Srila Prabhupada books only. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so if you have any question, otherwise I will just make a review from very beginning of this chapter one. Little bit. Make a review a little bit. Yeah. Meanwhile, while I'm preparing, if you have any question on any text of or whatever you have any question on chapter one, you can ask, or any question doesn't matter. So we'll
Teacher, I
yes.
remember you used to
Mm-mm.
introduce us. What should I say? Each part, the purpose of each chapter. For example, you said that from chapter 1 to chapter 6 is about you, and chapter 1 is about lamentation.
Yeah, yeah,
You told me that, and so here, so after going through the chapter 1 here, is it about, from my understanding, the lamentation here refer to the regret of
Arjuna.
the
Yeah,
decision of Arjuna going
yeah, yeah,
to the battlefield?
yeah. He is
That
confused.
is it.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
lamenting. He is confused. Actually, on the beginning of chapter two, he will again reveal his own further doubt again. Yeah, his further doubt will be also expressed in chapter two. Yeah. And then Lord Krishna start giving knowledge from that chapter two.
Arjuna's lamentation.
So wait a minute. We can see just reviewing from very beginning. Let me wait on this book. Okay.
So, teacher, the
Yeah.
purpose behind the regret of going to, regarding to the regret of going to the battlefield by Arjuna. So, what is the meaning or the purpose behind this regret?
Yeah.
Does the author want to emphasize the compassion from Arjuna or from all
Yeah.
beings, that they should not go
Yeah.
to compete and fight? What is the reason behind it?
And actually, here a lot of the whole Bhagavad Gita is teaching about the Dharma, about about how moral teaching, a lot of moral teaching in Mahabharata. So actually, it is actually history that recorded. It is not that the story is made so that certain character will be having this to show this kind of thing, but it's actually recorded history. Traditionally, we call it as history because it's really happening. Let's say 5,000 years ago, more or less. Then, yeah, every character or every event over there, there is a lot of moral teaching. For example, from Arjuna's argument is that, oh, it is not good to fight with our own brother. Yeah, maybe it's not good to fight like that. Yeah, a lot of things that actually Srila Prabhupada also mentioned that mm, becoming a devotee, just it is already natural that one become compassionate like that. But at the same time, also over there is mentioned that uh, certain section of the society, they have certain duties. Here, Arjuna as a kshatriya, he has certain duties. So sometimes if there is something injustice, so it is that they sometimes have to fight something like that. Even in any country, sometimes when there is a thief and there is a many criminal, There's also police who sometimes even to shoot them, to catch them, and sometimes need to shoot them. Sometimes the very serious crime like selling narcotic, they will be killed to save people, right? I just not long time ago, I think last year, I think in Indonesia there is uh, somebody who trading the narcotics. I think from many nations. I think 3 or 4%, and by Indonesian laws, it is very severe crime. So they given the penalty, death penalty. Yeah. Sometimes it need to be like that because why? In order to save other people, right? In order to save people. So a lot of teaching over here, and even in chapter 1, actually, that like we can summarize here over here that from text 1 to 13 is about preparation of war, or about different, a lot of teaching actually over there. If we remember from very first, if we want to see by verse by verse, also we can see verse by verse, we can see some of the instruction that is available on chapter 1. And actually, Srila Prabhupada always emphasize on bhakti because actually that is the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of Bhagavad Gita is bhakti. So let me find where is the Gita base here. Gita base. It's not it. Bhagavad Gita. So this chapter 1. So we can see over there that a lot of teaching from chapter 1, from text 1 is about the Tisarastra question over here. Chapter text 1, and then text 2 is the reply from Sanjaya, and the text 3 is teaching also to us about the Brahmana, that the Brahmana is should be always teaching everyone who is qualified, without even if that if we know that that person is actually will become our enemy, like that. That is the in the you know the independent thought of the Brahmana. They don't bother. It is my duty to teach anybody qualified, and it's okay even if in the future they will kill me. It is like that. It is the duty of a Brahmana. So Dronacharya is acting like that. So it is also a good example. And Duryodhana is is actually representing very cunning person who is always in diplomacy. He is very good diplomat. Yeah, he always dealing everything with tactfully, many tactic and different thing in order to attain his goal. Like politician they sometime sometime they making friend with certain person, sometime they're not friendly, something like that. Like politician, if you see how in Indonesia, politician, sometimes they like certain party, and sometimes in another time they are not really become friend, something like that. This is always full of diplomatic. A lot of teaching actually over there, and then we can see just a little bit here, because it is like considered as epic. So it's also mentioned that the kshatriya having that quality, that they are actually brave. They are very brave, and they sometimes making a lot of vow that announce, I will kill this person, I will this person, otherwise I will be something like that, or I'll be yeah, a lot of things. About Bhisma Deva here in text number 12, it's about Bhisma Deva over there. he is very, actually he is devotee of Krishna. He know Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, but he has one vow. So he is very attached to the vow. Promise, swear, I swear, I will protect the throne, something like that. Actually, he's supposed to be the king, but he because that time the father want to get married again, and then the lady that he would like to, yeah, the lady that he would like to make his queen have actually one what is that one what is that one requirement, that only the son from my the son of my daughter should become king, no nobody else. So that time Bhisma Deva, okay, then I will not getting married, so in order so that you can marry her, something like that. So this is, but I will always protect the throne. That he don't think that later on actually who is sitting in the throne is not good person. Dhritarashtra is a blind, not only blind physically, also blind. Like he cannot, you know, he cannot differentiate between good and bad. Actually, he know bad and good, but he's attached to his son Duryodhana, so he is willing to do something with this unlawful. Something like that. Yeah, if you make any note, there must be a lot of teaching already. From even from chapter one. Yeah, is that answering your question, Victory? You were asking, right? Asking that the question.
Yeah, teacher.
Yeah.
I just need a summary, the key point.
The key one.
The key point.
Okay, the key point here is that, yeah, the key point here is that our life is very difficult. We are always in trouble. We are. It's difficult for us to decide what is good and bad. So that time we need the help from whom? From the sastra. Sastra is actually given from Krishna by himself, because Dharma is given by God. And then here in Arjuna case, actually he is facing with God himself, so he can in the chap in the second chapter he will surrender to Krishna. That please show me the path, what is good for me, something like that. So in chapter one, although it's not going like that, so we see that in every single step of our daily life, we sometimes question, is it good or not? Is it you know? So we always question it. We should be thoughtful. Arjuna always thoughtful. Although he is a warrior, he is not just just want to kill without any reason. He is thoughtful because he is a devotee of Krishna. So he is devotee of God. They are pious people. They are good people. They will not kill anybody without any reason. It is not. Yeah, yeah. Like also like for example, like in Hare Krishna devotee, we don't intentionally kill any ant with intention. I will kill them. It's without any reason. For example, it's not like that. So yeah, the reality also that this teaching is given on the battlefield is actually also representing this, that actually in the real life actually a lot more difficult. Some scripture reveal in when through the messenger that when they are meditating in the cave with this all it, of course very calm, everything is in the mood of goodness. But here in the battlefield, it means that actually we are we are actually sitting in this body, and it is like our battlefield. Now we are always facing with good and bad. Good and bad in now is actually present in ourselves also. When we want to go astray, then that is bad. And when we are going to, we want to try to cultivate spirituality, making ourselves closer to God, or if you don't believe to God. So anyhow, but yeah, basically those things that we can summarize over there. And also, it's very important here that in the Varnasrama system, the protection to the children, to the elderly people, and to the brahmanas, and to the women also. Women should be always protected in any stage of life. When still young, is should be protected by the father or brother. When is grown up, so should be protected by the husband, and in later on in the old age should be taken care by the son. Yeah, grown up son, something like that. And then also over there is explaining about how the ladies or the woman is actually having very very important role in the society, because when they are not protected and they are not, yeah, if they're not protected, then will be a lot of unwanted progeny. And then when there is a lot of unwanted progeny, then there will be a lot of unwanted children. And unwanted children actually will make the the environment is like a hellish planet, something like that. We just recently discussing that. Okay, so we still have few minutes. If you have any more question or any other things that before we stop, we can continue tomorrow for chapter 2. Yeah. If you have any question, maybe I have some note over here. What note is over there? That maybe I used to present the information. I put in the draw. Some of them maybe. Maybe you still remember about this. Oh, this one is about Isopanishan. Yeah, four pillar of Dharma. If you have any question, you can stop me. So I just would like to mention about this. Very important. I didn't share. Yeah? That's why I'm talking to myself. Then. Okay. Okay, four pillar of Dharma, if you remember. And this is very important. In this age of Kali Yuga, if we don't want to be influenced by the Kali Yuga power of Kali Yuga, we don't want to be influenced by that. So we have to take care of these four pillars. Daya, compassion. This compassion can be taken care by we are not eating meat. Actually, we are not not eating meat, eggs, and fish, something like that. This is cultivating our compassion. This is one of the pillar. And then the second one is satyam, truthfulness. We should also take care of this pillar by not gambling, and also not speculating about the things. And then the austerities, tapaha, will be destroyed by intoxication, like alcohol, marijuana, ganja. Eh, In our society, we have little bit high high standard that even tea and coffee is considered to be an intoxicant as well. We we don't even actually take that. Onion and garlic also is considered not so good for people who practice meditation. It is not very good. Yeah, onion and garlic. It is passionate, this is passionate nature. Although for the medicine, not being taken inside, that sometimes is used. And then Saucham, cleanliness, yeah, the body cleanliness and also the cleanliness of our mind. And this pillar is being destroyed by illicit sex or connection, illegal connection between the opposite. So all these four things is actually should be should be a concern for any religion. It is not about because of you are Hindu so that you follow this. Actually, this is for everyone in any religion. All this thing is actually almost we can say the same because it is the pillar of Dharma. And Dharma doesn't mean that only Hindu or only Muslim or only Buddhist, but it is for the human being. So that is one of the some point that if you don't have any question. And then over here, also I remind you about this Chatur Varna and Chatur Asrama. We call Varna Asrama. There is a Brahmana according to qualities and activities. People in the society will be classified as Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, and they have their own role in the society. The duty might be a little bit different. And then as the spiritual division, also there is we call asrama, where one become brahmachari, student life, or grihastha. Grihastha means family life, and vanaprastha is retire, and then sannyasa is renounce order. So this is spiritual division, and in each stage is called always asrama. Why? Because in this culture, the spiritual goal or devoted to God is actually the final goal, like that. Okay, that's just to remind you about those maybe different things. And yeah, another 8 minutes. This is pawarga. Pawarga means material existence, material life. So in material life, we are parisrama. Parisrama, we are working very hard for existence. We working very, very hard. And then after working very hard, we will be very tired. And like there is a horse, when the horse is tired, from the mouth, there is a foam. So this is like a foaming like that. So after we work very hard and we will be frustrated, we not find real happiness actually. Something like that. We will be very tired, something like that. Or if we get certain achievement, then we are attached to that. Banda mean like in Cambodian language we call pea pon. Pon means that we are attached to something. Banda. So we attach. That is the more severe disease actually attachment. Yeah. When we attach to something or somebody, then even a strong people will become weak. Or yeah, everyone I think is experiencing all this thing. And then also we are fearing, oh, I have to take care why this like nowadays, I don't want to go. Maybe there will be infection, different thing, right? But yeah, we always fearing. Why? Because we are soul with this eternal, and then now we come to this material body, then we know that we will die. This body will die, so that's why we are fearing. And then the last one is mrityu or death itself. So this is material existence or material life. And then Krishna consciousness or bhakti yoga or devotion to Krishna is actually we call apawarga, means that the process which can fit can put to an end of this pawarga. Apawarga means one who can eliminate the process which can eliminate all this material life or existence, material existence. Okay, maybe you wanna share something before finish. I still have some 5 minutes before we conclude. Here in Siem Reap, quite hot now. I think how many degrees, but it's quite hot. It's very very hot. Very hot.
Thank you.
I don't know over there. Maybe in Phnom Penh also. It's just
It's
very
also hot.
warm. Yeah.
So warm.
Okay, then tomorrow we will see just a little bit. If you don't have any question or you don't want to share, maybe you sigh or what. Then chapter 2 will be this. The traditionally is called Sankhya Yoga, and Srila Prabhupada give the title content of the Gita summarized because actually in chapter 2 there will be hints of everything that is contained in Bhagavad Gita, like small small part of those those knowledge is also imparted in chapter 2. That's why it says content of the Gita summarized. Some point that we will be discussing later on also already appear in that chapter 2. So we can see over here, just tomorrow we can go in detail, that from chapter text 1 to text 10, actually Arjuna further doubt and surrender. So again, Arjuna after I don't want to fight, and then still, he still actually I don't know what to do, and then I know, please tell me what should I do, like that. Then Lord Krishna start uh, imparting knowledge from text 11 to 30 is about that the soul is eternal. That although you kill, that actually the soul is not dying. Yeah, you cannot kill the soul, something like that. We can say. Yeah, and then from text 31 to 38 is about karma kanda. It's about prescribed duties. Prescribed duties. It means like if we are a kshatriya, what should we do? If we are certain um, role in society, we should do this. And if we are doing this, yeah. Especially here kshatriya, because Arjuna is having trouble with his own occupation of performing his duty according to his occupation. And then text 39 to 53 will be about Buddhi Yoga. Yeah. You should fight but without any reaction. How should how is it possible will be explained. How? That's why I mentioned earlier that actually there is karma, vikarma, and akarma. Karma mean we are doing activities according to prescribed duties, according to scripture. Vikarma mean we doing something which is forbidden according to scripture, with the sinful activities. And then there is akarma. Akarma is the activities that we do, but the reaction is is not affecting us because we dovetail it to Krishna. That is called akarma. Yeah. Fight but without any reaction. And then Sthita Pragya, it will be explaining about the characteristic of people in who is in the transcendental consciousness. How how is the behavior of person who is in transcendental consciousness. Okay. There will be description about that. Quite a lot of them. Around how many? It seems to be 20, 28. I said 28, 28 texts will be about that. This means very, very important. So that will be in chapter. Okay. The time is up. over. Time is over. You might need to go. Okay. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
see
Have a
you
good
tomorrow.
day.
Yeah, yeah,
See you tomorrow.
yeah. Tomorrow we will try with it in Zoom again. I think it's still possible.
Yeah, I will send you a link if you want.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Uh,
Tesla Prabhupada.